My name is Annie Van Gelderen, and I am the president and CEO of the Birmingham Bloomfield Arts Center. And I'm also a proud member of the Cultural Council and feel fortunate that every day I walk into work and I'm surrounded by art and artists. So I welcome everyone to the Cultural Arts Awards ceremony awarded by the Cultural Council of Birmingham Bloomfield. You might ask, what does the Cultural Council do? Well, we are a nonprofit organization that promotes and supports the cultural life in our community, honors citizens and businesses that have had an impact on the arts, raises funds and support and ensure the sculpture program, Birmingham Art in Public Places, and works to illuminate the many cultural activities and resources available across the Birmingham Bloomfield area. It is only fitting that we once again host the 27th Annual Cultural Arts Award in this building. Many of you know it as the BBAC, and it has celebrated and inspired all of us creatives for 65 years now. It is also essential to recognize our city leaders and elected officials who also believe that the arts and culture sector is very important to the community. And so are the individuals such as John W. Rutherford, our Lifetime Achievement recipient Howard Hertz, and the Village Players as our partners with the Arts Award. And finally, our other partner, the Community House, who's been instrumental in all of the 27 years of this cultural recognition, along with our co-chairs of this award process, Anita DeMarco Gore, Marcy Heller Fisher, and Peggy Kerr for all their efforts. So please, welcome tonight's awards, and next I would like to introduce Marcy Heller Fisher. Hello. We've had to change our program slightly tonight because our president, Lori Tennant, is ill, probably with COVID, and she's expecting her first grandbaby in 3 days and wanted to attend the birth. And the president of one of our long-standing co-sponsors, Bill Zeklar, is ill from the Community House. And our long-standing newspaper partner, the Observer and the Eccentric, or with the Birmingham Eccentric, the editor of the O&E, is also ill today, which is why I brought my mask in case I needed it, but I think I'm far enough away from all of you to start this evening. As you heard, these awards were started 27 years ago to recognize and honor persons in our community whose impact on the arts makes the Birmingham Bloomfields a better place to live. Just by glancing on our list of past honorees, you can see that list has grown to exemplify the extraordinary wealth of culture and talent we are so lucky to have in our midst. Although this year we could only have a limited crowd, and I apologize for that, but you know what, we had the last 2 years we were virtual, so this is our first attempt at getting back together. Although we could only have a limited crowd, tonight is really brought to you by a huge measure of our community. The Cultural Council of Birmingham could not sponsor this or hold this event without a long-standing coalition with 4 other cultural institutions. As Annie has already indicated, the Birmingham Bloomfield Arts Center, which is this beautiful place that hosts this event every year. The Community House, which prints everything, including our nomination packets, coordinates things with us. It printed up tonight's program, hosts and even feeds our jury meeting. The Eccentric and the Observer newspapers at Hometown Life, which advertises our request for nominations and publishes stories on our honorees. And I want to point out, the Birmingham Eccentric has evolved over the years to become Hometown Life, but twice a month, I believe, they still print a Birmingham Eccentric. But this award the outline of the area that it awards people includes the area of the Birmingham eccentric. People often ask, who's eligible for this award? So if you work or you affect people in this particular community that was the Birmingham eccentric reading area, then you're eligible. So West Bloomfield people have their own arts awards, so they're not in on this. So I get that question every year. So this alphabet soup, I have all. See if I can do this with one hand. This alphabet soup, we are the CCBB, the Cultural Council of Birmingham Bloomfield, and we couldn't do this event without all of our other friends, like the BBAC. We're gonna have to guess these now. The TACH, what's that? The Community House. O&E. And BCTV, Bloomfield Cable, who shares, I believe, with Birmingham. And the video for this evening will be available on our website, will be publicized on Bloomfield Television as soon as it's edited, and will be available for our honorees to send to anyone they want, all the thousands of people they wanted to come tonight. You can send your video. All right. So I said, all right, I covered that, which means a couple other people I have to thank. One is my co-chair, Anita DeMarco Gore. If you happen to be listening to WRCJ today, she sponsored today's event. It was lovely hearing that they honored all of our 3 honorees, our Cultural Arts Award winner, our Special Lifetime Achievement winner, and our Partners with the Arts. And it was lovely to listen to. I listened to it twice today. So thank you, Anita. And I want to thank the people that really made this award, the only people that really made it possible, the jury. And those are people who have to remain anonymous, but they are a wide swath of people in our community that are involved in the arts. And the only people you may know who may be on that jury are winners are asked to serve 2 years on the jury after they win. And then we have people, I know who you are. There are people in this room who were jurors who are begging to be back on the jury again, but you only get to serve 2 years. So, all right. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And I first want to invite Gary Graff, who himself is a past award winner. He's a music journalist and an author. He is going to present the award for our Special Lifetime Achievement winner. He is our, what year did you win, do you remember? 2016. Gary also was a Lifetime Achievement winner. And you can call Howard up and go ahead.
Call him up. Yo, Howard. Oh, okay, I think you want more than that. So did you hear the one about the lawyer who, okay, maybe that's not the right time for this one, but during the nominating process, I wrote to the committee that there was ever a no-brainer for the Birmingham Bloomfield Cultural Arts Award. It's my friend Howard Hertz. Yes, he's represented some big names, handled some major cases, and established some important legal precedents. They have Lawyer Hall of Fame for that, and I have jokes about that too, but not tonight. Why Howard is such a no-brainer for the Special Lifetime Achievement Award is his works as a mentor, activist, and philanthropist, someone who takes care of the kids, as it were. He is first and foremost an ambassador of the arts community in the Detroit metro area, and his good works have ensured the health and the global notoriety of the scene here. It comes from a position of passion. Howard is a lifelong fan of the arts, and especially of music, and a bit of a player himself. It doesn't take a lot to get him at a party to whip out his harmonica and join in, and he might have it here now, in fact. So all of his work comes from that position of being a fan first, and then feeling the drive and desire to combine that with his expertise to help both clients and even those who aren't strictly on his law firm's roster navigate the tricky and treacherous waters of the entertainment business. beyond those aforementioned big names and legal accolades, is Howard's informal availability to those artists, especially those up and coming, to provide quite often free counsel about contracts, publishing, copyrights, and other intellectual property, management, promotion, marketing, and other career advice. And also some things about cars, too. There are scores of artists in the metro area that have never signed a contract or paid a dime, but have received and benefited from Howard's guidance and experience. That also includes serving on boards of nonprofits, such as the Sphinx Organization, the Detroit Music Awards Foundation, of which he is president, the Detroit Music Foundation, of which he is chairman, and more. He stepped up to help bring the movie industry back to the state by serving on the Michigan Film Industry Association's board of directors, and he's represented Detroit on the board of governors of the Chicago chapter of the Recording Academy. That's the folks who give out the Grammy Awards. I've worked with Howard in a number of capacities, most closely as part of the Detroit Music Awards Foundation for longer than either he and I can remember, which I'm told happens when you get older. One of us more so than the other. As a past recipient of the Birmingham Bloomfield Cultural Arts Award, I can attest to the passion that I mentioned earlier and to Howard's genuine and unconditional dedication to the arts in the metro area and to those who make it. So there's no question that our arts community is all the better for Howard's involvement and contribution, and it's my honor to present him with the special Birmingham Bloomfield Cultural Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement. Yo, Howard.
So this is the award, which is a calligraphic work done by a delightful woman named Winifred Coventry, otherwise known as Wink. And she has the best imagination, and every year these are different and wonderful. So we're happy to give you this.
Thank you.
And would you like to speak for a few minutes?
Yes.
The floor is yours.
Thank you.
Don't go away.
Well, thank you, everyone. Gary, thank you for giving my speech, and and for nominating me and for presenting the award, introducing me. I appreciate that. I'd like to start with a quote. Art is the perpetual motion of illusion. The highest purpose of art is to inspire. What else can you do? What else can you do for anyone but inspire them? And that's a quote from Bob Dylan. And I also want to thank the jury of the Cultural Council for selecting me for this award. But really, it's the wonderful arts-focused nonprofits in the Detroit region that deserve this Arts Advocacy Award for all the hard work that they do. So I accept it on their behalf. Having formed my law firm, Hertz in Birmingham in 1979, and continuing practice first in Birmingham and then in Bloomfield Hills through today and into the future, I'm especially thankful to receive this award from the Birmingham Bloomfield Council. Some of the organizations that Gary's already mentioned, but I'm going to touch on and tell a little bit more that I've had the good fortune of being a board member of and or being counsel for the organizations are the Detroit Music Awards Foundation, which Gary and I work on together. Our mission is recognizing and supporting Detroit area musicians of all genres, whether local, regional, or global. Gary, who's one of the founders of the organization, brought me into the organizations, I think about 5 years into it, approximately 25 years ago. and I've been president for much of that time. Thank you, Gary, for pulling me in. The Sphinx Organization, which some of you may not have heard of, is a social justice organization founded by Aaron Dworkin. It's based in Detroit, but is now international, and its mission is to transform lives through the power of diversity in the arts, most particularly to engage young Black and Latinx classical string players. Last night, for example, the Sphinx Virtuosi Orchestra performed at Carnegie Hall, and next week they're performing in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Dick Wagner Remember the Child Memorial Fund, which I've been involved in since the inception, I believe, provides music therapy to hospitalized children. DPAN, the Deaf Professional Artist Network, provides services to deaf artists, including a television network that presents news and interesting articles on a television network that is all done in sign language. The Michigan Film Commission, which I served on when we first brought film incentives to the state of Michigan, and now the Michigan Film Industry Association, which is working to bring tax incentives back to Michigan and hopefully bring the film industry back to our state. I also work with the Marshall Mathers Foundation, which supports organizations for at-risk youth, often with programs that are arts related. Nationally, as Gary mentioned, I've worked with the Recording Academy, who brings you the Grammys. We've heard of the Grammys. And also their organizations, Music Cares and the Grammy Advocacy Committee, all of which support musicians, their rights, and help those people in times of need. Thank you to the sponsors, my family, my friends, and of course, I have to thank my wonderful wife, Wendy, for putting up with me, which will be for our 50th anniversary next June. Amazing. What's that? In closing, I'd like to offer another quote. The arts are not just a nice thing to have or to do if there's free time or if one can afford it. Rather, paintings and poetry, music and fashion, design and dialogue, they all define who we are as a people and provide an account of our history for the next generation. Michelle Obama. Thank you again, everyone.
The state of Michigan is recognizing Howard, and a lot of what's on this proclamation you've already heard, but they do say, let it be known that it is with genuine pleasure and deep gratitude that we recognize Howard Hertz, et cetera, et cetera. And this is signed by the governor and the lieutenant governor. And if you want, I can put this with a little thing. And in addition,
Oh, boy.
the Oakland County Board of Commissioners also recognizes Howard for all the reasons you've already heard, and says that arts and culture in Oakland County and beyond are enriched by professionals who make contributions in all areas of entertainment and serve as champions for artistic freedom. So this has come from the Board of Commissioners.
I'm particularly pleased that the Birmingham Bloomfield Cultural Association is giving this to me, having been a lawyer, entertainment lawyer in Birmingham first and then Bloomfield since 1979. And it's nice to be appreciated for the hard work that I've done in terms of being an arts advocate. The only feeling that I wasn't sure about was whether it meant I was really old because I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. But I really was thrilled that, with the hard work that I was recognized for it and that the community understood what I was doing, why I was doing it, and felt it appropriate to give me this award.
It's a turn of events. We have another wonderful honoree, and he is our Cultural Arts Award winner. And I don't know who could be. I would like to call up a friend of mine, Kathy Badalamenti, who also is a past honoree. To introduce John W. Rutherford. I didn't wear mine either because.
Hi. Yes, I'm Kathy Badalamenti. I am a community member and the president of the Village Youth Theater here in Birmingham. I'm very honored to be here tonight. I love these awards, and every year when they are announced, I am so excited to read about the winners. I'm grateful that we have such a tremendous arts presence in our community, and I want to thank the Cultural Council of Birmingham Bloomfield for continuing to honor citizens and businesses that impact the arts in our community. Tonight, I am especially honored to introduce the 27th annual winner of the Cultural Arts Award, Mr. John Rutherford. I met John about 17 years ago. My daughter was cast as a dancing napkin in one of his shows, and parents were invited to join the boosters of the Groves Performing Arts Company to support the show. I have to admit, at first, I was a bit intimidated by Mr. Rutherford. He was animated, loud, determined, opinionated, and humorous, sarcastic. But as I watched him in action, directing a cast and crew of more than 75 students, I was quickly won over by his charms, his talent, energy, innovation, passion, and infectious laugh. Soon, he joined me as the artistic director of the Village Youth Theater, where I've had the good fortune of working with him for the past 15 summers. John has been inspiring youth and adults in our community for a very long time. He has been a teacher and theater arts program director at Groves High School for 23 years. He founded the Groves Performing Arts Company and Bare Bones Theater Productions, his adult theater company. At the state level, he founded the Michigan Student Theater Showcase and has been on the board of the Michigan Educational Theater Association. He has been recognized at the state level as an outstanding educator and is the recipient of many, many awards. Too many for me to mention tonight. We'd be here all night. But most recently, the Michigan Speech Coaches Teacher of the Year Award. He has also been inducted into the Michigan Education Theater Association Hall of Fame. When Ashley Wickett Lane, who's here tonight, and I wrote his nomination for this award, we highlighted his many contributions. We specifically called attention to the passion and innovation he shares. His efforts during COVID were a highlight. During these very challenging and isolating times, he worked tirelessly to create theater arts opportunity for students, adults, and our entire community. He conducted online rehearsals, performances, and competitions for his students and summer campers. He hosted a Zoom play reading group, for fellow educators. And he directed a play written by a Groves alumni and professional playwright and performed it for our community out of doors. He cleverly used swim noodles to measure the 6-foot distance between actors and audience members. Now, I could go on and on about John's commitment to and influence in the arts, I am one of his biggest fans. I'm almost ready to let him speak, but I need to mention two most important points. First, John touches and influences the lives of so many through his commitment to the performing arts. He has encouraged and inspired students to pursue careers in the industry. His students can be found as actors, choreographers, and producers on Broadway, screenwriters, actors, and directors in Hollywood, and theater arts professionals everywhere in between, including some right here in this room. Second, through his directing, mentoring, and inspiring, John challenges his fellow students, fellow actors, educators and professionals, audiences, our local community, all of us, to be critical thinkers, problem solvers, and good listeners. His experiences, he brings experiences that promote our creativity, foster our compassion, and challenge our understanding of humanity. The gifts that John gives us are extraordinary. We are so fortunate that he is an arts leader in our community. I hope all of us value and are forever grateful for his prolific talents and gifts, because we are all touched and, I believe, changed by his contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Rutherford.
Oh, I'm gonna let you talk. First, you let it in.
John's award is a two-part piece. It's this beautiful plaque, which represents all of the arts, and a man bracelet, which mimics all those images. These are the work of a former juror and artist, Link Wackler, who's here with us this evening. Would you stand and be recognized? After a stint on the jury, Link decided that he'd like to be involved. So we have this beautiful award. Here's your bracelet, and as you heard, Kathy is wearing one, and so is Gary Graff this evening, because they are previous winners of the award. Yeah.
Yes, I will be a hand model for it. For your next magazine, perhaps. Oh, I thought she said it don't go over time. Anita has no idea how long a couple minutes is in my vocabulary. A couple is a very long time. What time is it? Oh, good. So thank you so much. I would like to first and foremost thank Kathy Badalmente and Ashley Wickett-Lane for my nomination. It has been just such a distinct pleasure to work with both of you over these many, many years. You have been instrumental in my journey as a theater person working to bring theater alive in this community and bringing theater to the greater Birmingham Bloomfield community. I could not be more honored that the two of you joined forces to nominate me. I also would like to thank the Cultural Council of Birmingham and Bloomfield and the jury of individuals who considered my nomination and selected me to receive this award. If your intent was to make someone feel valued for their artistic endeavors, you have been extremely successful. What your organization has been doing for the past 27 years is quite wonderful. Recognizing cultural artists in any community is actually quite rare, and you have made this a very special yearly recognition indeed. I have been doing theater for such a long time, I basically don't know anything else but theater. It was so nice to be honored with this award as a way of recognizing my contributions to the cultural world of the greater Birmingham and Bloomfield communities. In reading the nomination proposal, I was actually a little shocked to realize how long I have been teaching and directing and creating theater in this community. Even though I know it's been over 30 years, I still kind of feel like I just started. And as I listen to this list of accomplishments, I'm like, didn't I just move here? Like, when did all of that happen? Many of you in this room I know, all over the place, and you have heard me say this before, but I truly believe that theater is a very special performing art. The way that a story is told through dialogue, on stage, with actors, has always intrigued me. The very act of playing a role for a play requires a sense of empathy that no other art requires. If actors and directors cannot identify with the characters in the play, the performance will be flat and lack the emotional connection needed to make it compelling. I think theater provides us a pathway to understanding humanity, which is unique to all the other art forms that exist. And quite frankly, at this day and age, I think we need that pathway more than ever. So it's my mission that y'all need a little theater in your life. And a lot of people in this state need a little theater in their life. When I started my theater journey in the early 1980s, I could never have imagined that I'd be standing here in front of you accepting this award for tonight. I never went into theater for any awards or accolades or recognition of anything. I just wanted to tell a really good story, put on a show, and hopefully make an audience respond in a positive way. In the process of doing that, I have realized that theater has made me who I am as a person. It is the one thing that brings me most of my happiness in life. And we have a love-hate relationship at times, and sometimes mostly a love-love relationship. I would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to Howard on your lifetime achievement. You sound amazing, and now I'm going to get to know you, and we're going to become good friends, so this is awesome. Thank you for that. Also to my friends at Village Players, happy 100th birthday. I myself am a member there. I run their youth theater, and I'm so excited that you're all here, and we're celebrating that also, so that's double fun. There are so many people that are part of the team that makes theater happen. Currently, I'm directing the musical Chicago at Groves High School, and one of the lyrics of the song says, "I simply cannot do it alone." And that is so very, very true. So to each of you who helped me do this thing called theater, I thank you. My fellow artists, my GPAC crew who is here tonight, the actors, the techies, the students, the parents, the Village Youth Theater staff, the Birmingham Public Schools employees. Dr. Mbika Roberson is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Susan Smith, principal of Groves High School, is here tonight. All of those people, plus the Bare Bones crew. All of you are very near and dear to me. So again, thank you, Kathy and Ashley, for nominating me for this award. Thank you, the Cultural Council of Birmingham Bloomfield, for selecting me for this really special recognition. Finally, I want to thank my wonderful family for all of the support, laughter, and listening ears and love. My 3 daughters, Delaney, Braden, and Cambry, have been with me on a theater experience their entire life, whether they wanted to or not. But there is no person, not one person, who's been more supportive than my wife, Lisa. I first started dating Lisa 34 years ago tomorrow. I asked her to go see a play. We haven't been together ever since that moment. So there has been no one, Lisa, more supportive, more encouraging, more intelligent, more beautiful, or more smart than you, Lisa Weiser Rutherford. I couldn't have done theater without her. And I can't do theater without her. So while they do not recognize wives or awesome partners at these award ceremonies, I'm dedicating this award to you. Because you really deserve it as much as anybody. And I wouldn't do this kind of theater if I didn't have you all the time. So you know that there is no one I love more. and no one I appreciate more. So this is really your award, but I like to talk. So you're the pretty face, I'm the loud voice. So everyone who's here tonight, thanks for coming out. So fun to be live. How great was that, right? Super, super fun. Everybody who's here, you seem awesome. We're going to make new friends. And long live theater. Thank you.
Well, the state of Michigan has also recognized John and his efforts.
I thought Howard was the only one.
No, and they say, of course, that it's with genuine pleasure and deep gratitude, but they also say that he has inspired many as a trailblazer and fearless leader. The positive impacts of his work will be felt by Michiganders for years to come. This is signed by the governor and the lieutenant governor also. And then the Oakland County Commission has also sent this beautiful proclamation, which says many of the same things that you've already heard, but he does recall him a renowned local educator who has dedicated himself to developing performing arts opportunities for youth in school and community settings.
Thank you. Winning this award is really surprising and exciting, and it really means that people recognize my contributions to creating live theater in the Birmingham and Bloomfield community. In the immediate future, I am directing the musical Chicago, the high school edition, at Groves High School. That's November 4th through 6th and 11th through 13th at Groves High School in Beverly Hills, Michigan. So that's the immediate, and then I'm hoping in the future to do some more productions. Usually they happen in the summer, and those will be sort of to be determined.
This is kind of a smooth segue. Last year, the Cultural Council, it's the Cultural Council, first of all, that votes instead of having a jury. The Cultural Council selects a nonprofit or a business or an organization in town that we feel supports the arts in some distinctive manner. And last year we actually voted for Village Players. But then when we were looking up information about them, we saw that this year was their centennial. So it's kind of sweet that John was nominated at the same time. And it is my great pleasure to ask the president, let's see if I can do this right. There's a board of directors and a board of trustees. Yes. And I have to look at my notes. I can't remember who's who. So Eileen White and Jennifer Jones, who are the presidents of the Village Players. And I'd like to ask Kathy Badalamenti as the president of Village Player Junior, whatever they call them. The youth. The youth. Village Youth, is that what it's called? Yes. I'd like the three of you to come up to accept the award for being our partners with the arts. So congratulations. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Good evening. I'm Jennifer Jones. I'm the president of the Artistic Board or Board of Directors over at Village Players.
And I'm Eileen White. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees. I handle the boring money, investments, housing of the Village Players.
And on behalf of the members of Village Players of Birmingham, we are proud to accept this Partners with the Arts Award given to us by the Cultural Council of Birmingham Bloomfield. As we enter our 100th year of presenting quality theatrical productions to our community, we feel especially blessed to have this honor bestowed upon us. As a membership organization, we rely on our individual members to collaborate to bring the very best of theater to our area. It is these individual efforts that make us most proud. Each season, our members come together to act, direct, produce, costume, set design, and provide lights and sound for 5 main stage productions. Additionally, our volunteers handle all of the administrative tasks that keep our organization operating, including fundraising, policy establishment, strategic planning, and grant writing. To say that most of our members wear many hats is an understatement, and quite often those hats have been designed by one of our costume designers. As I said, we are celebrating a milestone this season, 100 years in Birmingham. It's been a very, very exciting time at our Playhouse, and to prepare for this season, we have refurbished our lobby, installed a new grand curtain, created a beautiful outdoor mural facing woodward, installed new flooring, redid our website, spruced up our garden area outside, upgraded our internet, purchased and installed a big screen television in our lobby, and we are currently working on installing a new state-of-the-art sound system. If you've not had a chance to visit us recently, this is the season to join us. All of this brings us to why we do this, our audience. It is the appreciation of our audience that keeps us all coming back. And as Salvador Dali said, a true artist is not one who is inspired, but who inspires others. The Birmingham Village Players looks forward to inspiring others for another 100 years. Thank you so much.
The Village Players have already been recognized at the state level and I think in other ways, but we do have a proclamation from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. And you'll be interested in this information. The Village Players traces its roots to a high school student who proposed the idea of a community dramatic group in 1922. It is the third oldest community theater in the state and among the 50 oldest in the country. So this is a proclamation from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you so much.
To close, we have a couple of other just items to mention. First of all, we couldn't do this without lots of support, as you've heard, and I'd like to recognize the facilities office, John and Dave, at Birmingham City Hall for their help with the plaque. We have a very nice perpetual plaque, which has all those names that are listed on your program recorded, and it's on the second floor opposite the entrance to the Birmingham City Commission room. And you're invited to stop by any time to look at it. It's quite nice. We also couldn't have this award without the involvement and the participation of the community. We depend on you and all the other people out there for nominations. It's not too soon to start thinking about people that you would like to nominate for next year. You would start hearing about the nomination process in late May or June. But be thinking now, because it's a good thing to have a critical mass of people to present to the jury. You know why. They need to make considered decisions and choose people that are worthy. And it helps them if they have people to compare and all that other good stuff. So be thinking about making nominations. And I think with that, we've recognized Link. We can close this evening's. There are snacks and wine, and you are free to stay a little while and socialize. Thank you, everyone.